All right, good morning, everyone. This is your boy Terrence Cummings, aka the Music Master. Come begin at Tupelo Music Academy. Music is Life podcast. I have my good friend here, sound man extraordinaire, Mr. Anderson Williams. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Today, we wanted to do a quick video where we're talking about something that's important for us. Anderson's a church guy. Of course, I'm a church guy. We work within the church as musicians, as sound guys, as all anything they ask us, basically. So, with this, over the last couple of years, through our conversations and here with dealing with my band and just knowing him as a professional, he's come into our team and he has blessed us with the most excellent sound. We get a lot of rave reviews from our clients about how good it sounds, and that's all a testament of this guy right here. So today I asked him to come on we wanted to talk about a few things, and it's three things that we really wanted to tackle. One is church sound, second is live sound, and third is broadcast sound. COVID changed the game to a point to where it wasn't cutting your amp on and start playing anymore. Some churches were already there, but there are a lot of churches who had to learn through the last 3 years, and then there are some who still don't have a clue. So I'm not saying I know it all, but there was a lot of things I learned by having conversations with Anderson and having conversations with others in my community about how to set things up. And within that conversation, that extended to more. Talking to pastors and ministers of music and just musicians, man, how do you hook this up? How do you connect that? How do you do this? And we're running into those questions on a weekly basis. So I decided that I would bring in, just like I do in my school, I bring in an expert. So I got an expert online. Anderson, introduce yourself and tell a little bit about who you are and how and why somebody should listen to you.
Good evening, y'all. My name is Anderson Williams, as he already stated. My company is Strictly Entertainment. I love sound. I love sound. You definitely have to have an ear for sound, but I love to do it. But yes, when COVID hit, it definitely changed the game a lot. We wasn't a lot of churches was going live, but we wasn't really concerned about getting everything hooked up to the board and making sure everything come through the live. It was just one mic and everything just started to get real cluttered together.
Right.
So definitely, uh, I tell people all the time to go to any kind of digital platform. It's easier. A lot of them is capable going with connecting to computers and stuff like that. Then for your live applications, I try to balance everything out. Try to get good levels and balancing everything out. Um, I tell people, you know, it's just you got a love for it. Just kind of go for it.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. So we get these questions often.
Yes, sir.
And the first one I want to talk about is church sound. Uh, we've come into a time where digital boards are important. Um, and I have some churches that are still switching over from analog, or some from amps to analog boards to digital. Uh, could you just state a little bit of why it's important right now to step into that next field of being digital?
So it's important simply with the analog boards, you have to dial in so much. You have to have so many processors to get like gates and compressors and feedback destroyers and stuff like that. But with the digital platforms, it's already built into the board, so you
Right.
don't have to have a big old rack where you gotta find which knob, do this and do that, and Everything is built into the board. Then
Right.
you can get a much cleaner sound. Even with feedback, you can dial into the EQs and stuff like that, and pull back certain frequencies and stuff like that to get a good clean sound.
So and this is another quick question. So for the pastors who say, "Hey, man, I was looking at them digital boards. That right there ain't it don't come cheap." Tell the advantages of investing into equipment like that.
So investing in it, where for the analog, when you need an update or if something just kind of get old, that's it. This you get what you got. With the digital, they have different updates. They can update the board, adding different features to the board. So as technology grows, you can just update the board. You don't really have to buy another one. So you can just kind of update it. So I think to me that's the most you getting your money worth. 'Cause it's a good investment. It's a really good investment. Like you definitely getting your money worth. Like I said, updating softwares, everything is already compiled into it. Instead of trying to once again hook up everything one by one and then trying to get everything to come together, it's digital platform. They just have everything built into it already.
Yeah, I noticed when we go to events and you come with your iPad and you have your stuff, um, it's quick to dial in, quick.
It's very very quick. Yes, sir.
Um, so with that said, my next question is going into live sound. So I know a lot of times uh, we would go and just because we had the speakers and the amp, we feel like the only thing you had to do is turn it up and you know, that was the thing back in the day. And I know
Right.
a lot of the people that I talk to now are more advanced, but then there are some people who still are kind of like that. As long as the cord is got a good cord connection, can you tell some nuances of live sound? Because when you get in you're doing a festival or you're doing a large room, um, speaker setups, can you tell some things that people could be looking at, some key points on that?
So dealing with lifestyle, how I like to approach it and how I was taught was to always make sure everything has a balance. So, and I have a pyramid that I go by. Of course, I have like my lead singer always at the top. I have my backgrounds right there. Then I build my band around it. Um, so that's one thing I think a lot of people just get the concept of, like you said, just cut it up, cut it up. But to
Yeah.
me, I think that's where your monitors and like even now, I'm trying to switch a lot of bands to go into in ears, so that way, if they want to blow their own ears out, that's their
There you go.
preference. So,
Right.
but some people do still have the mentality, just cut it up, cut it up, cut it up. Then once you cut one thing up, you got to cut something else to balance that out. Then you got to cut something else up to balance that out. Then everything just full blown loud. So I don't. I think creating a balance, creating a balance, and getting everything structurally balanced. I think that's a good thing approach for live sound.
And if you missed that, he just gave a nugget. Most of the time, we don't have an approach to it. He gave a pyramid approach where he starts here, step two, and step three. And that's a breakdown that could help people in the long run. Now, my third part is broadcast. Um, broadcast sound, I've heard a lot of stuff. And even for myself, I always review myself. And I was looking at some of the stuff I did in 20 to what I'm doing now.
Yes, sir.
Totally different sound, totally different approach. Some things trial and error, some things that Anderson has guided me on, and we both have a plan for 24 what we're gonna approach. So what we're talking about, I'm utilizing. So this is just not like we just talking. This is actual steps, and it takes steps to get there. So
It
on
does. It
broadcast
does.
sound, what are some of the things that you are really seeing people get wrong with broadcast mix?
Broadcast. I see a lot of people. They're using. They're just sending everything to a live and not really, once again, looking for that balance. You have to find the balance, and with the going back to the digital board, you can create such a balance to where for it sounds like it's pretty much studio shaped. But this comes with also having a balance from your live sound broadcasting, going over into broadcasting. But a lot of things I see going wrong is they're not. It's when you dealing with different software, so you got a software that's for one that's on the board, and a lot of people try to go using a different software that has another volume on it, and then they
Right.
try to go to in another interface. They got another volume. So I started to see a lot of what we in sound what we'll call it gain structure. Gain
Right.
structure just all the way up, or you got the wrong gain structure. You need to cut this one down and cut this one up. It'll sound distorted or too much going to it. So it's just really just finding a balance,
Right.
what can really balance and learning your software what you broadcasting to, because a lot
Right.
of softwares have compressors and stuff that's built into it that's kept off real tight or gated real tight, compressed real tight already, that you probably have to lift up and get it from your console. But like I said, just learning your products, approaching it, starting one thing at a time, and just learning your software really.
Okay. So in that we've hit three different things. We've hit our church sound, we hit our live sound, and our broadcast mix. And of course, we've talked about setting a foundation of balance within that. And the reason why we're talking about this is because we are here to help. And moving forward, if someone and I'm running into this, they're like, "Can you come in?" And you can come in to so many places, but you're only one person. You can't get to everybody. So what we decided to do was open this up to a workshop. And in this workshop, we will have clear detail of how, from A to Z, how to put these things together. Uh, Anderson Williams will be our spotlight speaker, and we will have everything laid out that day. Live streaming equipment, broadcast equipment, your digital boards laid out where people can see and touch and actually get hands-on training on how to put this together. Whether it's a small digital situation, because I know I introduced Anderson to some pieces of equipment. He was like, "Man, where did you get this?" And I was like, "This is what." And anybody that's close to me know I'm a gearhead. I love gear, but
Oh
then
yeah.
seeing his rack setup and how it's just so sophisticated, uh, we go from that level to this level, and there are people all in between. And in this workshop, we'll clearly explain how to put it together, how to put the parts of it, how to help your church sound good. In any situation that's live music, make that sound good, and your broadcast mix, doing the trifecta. And if that's you, we'd love for you to join us on February the 24th at 839 Shell Street in Tupelo. It's a 4-hour workshop. We're going to open this up for churches. Pastors are invited, ministers of music, music directors, ministry or media ministry. We definitely want you to come in to be a part of this. Uh, I think it's something beneficial for the body of Christ, beneficial to musicians and pro musicians, or the sound guy who's looking to go to the next level and might not know a little this. I always believe in continuous learning. You always can pick up something from someone. And this workshop, we want that opportunity for it to, it's a live interactive workshop. It's one of the first of the Tupelo Music Academy kind. We're bringing in Mr. Anderson Williams. It's going to be exciting. Anderson, there's some things that you would like to say about the workshop that day.
Man, I just can't wait to see. Can't wait to be there, man. It's gonna be definitely hands on. Any tips and tricks I can think of, man, I'll be happy to show and explain.
Yeah, and we're going to definitely lay those things out in the next couple of weeks, so that when February the 24th comes, you will know what's going to happen in the class and how this can be beneficial for you to go back to your band, your group, your studio, your church, to expand on that. I'm looking forward to it because I'm looking forward to learning some stuff. I'm always looking forward to getting something from Anderson, and he always brings something. He'll say something to me, and I'll go back and like, oh yeah, I got to work on this right here. So I'm excited about it. So,
Yes, sir.
uh, is there anything else you want to say to the community?
No, but I hope everybody please come out. Please come out. It's gonna be a special treat.
All right. Well, I'm Terrence Cummins, aka the Music Master, Tupelo Music Academy. My friend Anderson Williams of Strictly Entertainment, who will be presiding over this. We're looking forward to this workshop. Again, February the 24th, Tupelo, Mississippi. We will talk in detail over the next 71 days about this workshop, but it will be hosted here in Tupelo in February. This will be the first, and then we do have a part two coming. So this will be the first part, but we're looking at February 24th. Looking forward to seeing you there. Y'all be blessed.